Off against the kid, Carlos Carrasco. Sabathia has won his last 3 starts against the National League, but he is now in an American League duel with one of the league's hottest pitchers. It's Sabathia and Carrasco, mano a mano, next on Sports Time Ohio. His first home run for a most dramatic moment. Austin Kearns just last, telling the Tribe to a come-from-behind win last night over the Yankees. And we welcome you in once again here today as the Tribe continues this 3-game series against the Bronx Bombers. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Last night, no doubt about it, a very dramatic victory for the Tribe. But it wasn't just Austin Kearns alone, Rick. There were a lot of great at-bats in that 7th inning.
Well, a couple of walks in that inning led to Shelley Duncan down in the count 0-2, and I mean did a terrific job to hit a ball off outside the plate, just down the right field line to drive in a run. That really propelled him. And then Austin Kearns, who had 2 very good at-bats prior to this, hits a ball to right field, gets it out of the ballpark, his first home run of the year. He was thrilled. He was smiling in the dugout. And in one swing of the bat, he had drove in more runs with that swing than he did all year in his first 102 at-bats, something that the Indians desperately needed, and it couldn't have come at a better time.
Kind of goes back to their theme, what they were living on earlier in the year, and that is a different day, a different hero. Last night was finally Austin Kearns' chance to sit in that chair. Now tonight, CC Sabathia for the Yankees, Carlos Carrasco going for the Tribe. And not many been hotter than Carrasco. His last 9 starts, he's 7-2 with a 1.90 ERA in the month of June.
Well, when you watch Carlos Carrasco take the mound, he's going out there with confidence more and more each start. He's locating his fastball. That slider has been dynamite for him. His 2-seamer has been getting a lot of ground balls, and he has been very tough.
Our pitching matchup brought to you by Ram Trucks. Designed, tested, and proven to be the best trucks we've ever built. Ram.
But he's going up against a tough customer in CC Sabathia. He has won 8 out of his last 9. He's won his last 4 straight, and we know CC with a fastball, a good changeup, and when he has his slider, he can be awfully tough. Coming off a start against the Milwaukee Brewers where he struck out 13 batters, he had it all working that night. I can't see him being any better than he was in his last start.
Well, last night was a great pitcher's duel for 6 innings. Could be more of the same here this evening. We'll be back with play-by-play action coming up right here on Sports Time Ohio. Well, the opening act was quite a number. We'll see what these two teams have in store for an encore. It's Game 2 in this 3-game series between the Indians and the New York Yankees. And we welcome you into what is once again a gorgeous evening in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Temperature going to be right around 82 degrees at game time. just perfect. No breeze to speak of tonight. Last night, we had a wind blowing straight in from center field, but tonight, barely a whisper of a breeze at all. And it will be Carlos Carrasco against CC Sabathia. Joe Girardi at the helm of the Yankees ball club. They come in 50 wins and 33 losses. They lead Boston by a game and a half in the AL East. The Indians take the field behind Carlos Carrasco. They're 45 and 38. The Indians a game and a half better than the Detroit Tigers in the AL Central. Carlos Carrasco will be shooting for his 9th win of the year. He is 7-2 in his last 9 starts. And as I mentioned in the open, his ERA in the month of June was under 2 at 1.90. Let's have a look right now at Joe Girardi's starting lineup for New York. Derek Jeter hitless last night in his pursuit of 3,000 career hits. He's 6 shy. He'll lead it off. Then it's Curtis Granderson, who homered the 23rd time last night. Mark Teixeira bats 3rd. Then it's Alex Rodriguez, followed by Robinson Cano and Nick Swisher. Jorge Posada, Brett Gardner, and Francisco Cervelli getting the start behind the plate. He bats 9th tonight.
The young man Carlos Carrasco making his 16th Major League start, and he has been on some kind of roll. He is 8-4 this year. In his 94 innings, he struck out 60. He's given up just 86 hits, so he has been doing a terrific job. Everything, he has been able to command every pitch he has. He made one start against the Yankees coming in June 13th when we were at Yankee Stadium. It was a 1-0 win when he bested A.J. Burnett in that ball game. Last 9 starts, you can see 7-2, and in his last 5, he's 4-1 with an ERA of .98. Let's take a look at the Indians' defense, brought to you by Pat O'Brien Chevrolet, saluting the men and women defending our country and watching on the Armed Forces Network. It'll be Brantley in left, Sizemore in center, Kearns is back in right. Orlando Cabrera gets the start at 3rd tonight, as Drupal is at short, Phelps at second base, Santana at first. Lou Marson has been catching Carrasco behind the plate this evening.
Jeff Nelson, the acting crew chief, will call the balls and strikes. Marty Foster is at first, Bill Welke at second, Mike Estabrook is at 3rd. We had a sold-out crowd last night here at Progressive Field. We'll be under a sellout tonight, but still a nice gathering here at Progressive Field. Derek Jeter ready to step in and lead things off. And a strike over the outside corner. And the 0-1 to Jeter. A little bit outside. Derek Jeter, it's amazing when you think about how long he's played, how much experience he has, the playoffs, the World Series, the clutch moments. He said last night he felt a little nervous when he stepped into the box for the first time after coming back from the disabled list. Another slow chopper to 3rd, just like he started last night's game, and once again he'll reach. That will probably be a base hit, or it should be.
That one will be a base hit because Cabrera tried to barehand it. He felt that was his only chance. Last night, Chisenhall went with the glove and just didn't pick it. Tonight will be a base hit. He comes in, he's going to go try and barehand it, doesn't field it cleanly. So Jeter now 5 hits away.
Well, that ball was topped even more so than last night, so it was a do-or-die play for Cabrera.
That's legitimate. That's legitimate infield hit. And that, I mean, you were mentioning he was nervous, and it's just coming back to get into the swing of things because there's a lot of weight on his shoulders. Man, you're going for a milestone to be the 28th guy to do that. So, yes, I can understand why you get a little jitters.
Curtis Granderson 1 for 3. He homered last night in the ballgame, but that didn't come until late. He homered in the 8th inning for New York.
There was a bomb, too. Pistano left him a fastball about middle of the plate, and he turned on it.
Swung out and missed. Took something off, and Carrasco had Granderson fooled.
Well, the way the sun was setting, when he looked down at the third base coach, he had to shade his eyes because that sun's just getting a
peak of him as he's looking toward third base.
The 1-1 blistered foul. And Carrasco gets ahead.
There you go.
See him there.
Yes, indeed. He's looking right into the sun, trying to get a sign from the third base coach, and all he's giving you, Curtis, is just to hit the ball. Don't find a gap.
Carrasco deals. And a swing and a miss. He struck him out. One down as Granderson goes down swinging.
That's a real good slider. He comes back on the outside part of the plate. Backdoor variety. He threw him a changeup. He swung. He fouled off the fastball. Comes with the slider. So we saw 3 different Carrasco pitches. He will go down swinging. Strikeout number 1.
That has been a real difference maker for him. The ability to locate his fastball, get ahead sometimes with the changeup, and then put him away with the slider.
When you think about when he first came up a couple of years ago in September, and he was getting starts, everything when he had to throw a strike was geared on the fastball. He couldn't command the slider. He wouldn't throw at the changeup. He now can throw any pitch right now at any time, and that's the big difference in why he's been so successful. And he has confidence in doing it.
The 0-1 fouled away. When hitters don't have the ability to eliminate pitches, that's when it gets tough for them, doesn't it?
That's exactly right. I mean, and that's where Lou Marson's sitting back there helping him out, calling a good game. He knows what hitters are sitting for and their tendencies in there. When you can throw, all right, I want to call a 2-0 changeup, and he'll put that sign down and he'll go right with it. I mean, that's a nice flow that a pitcher and catcher has to have.
2-strike pitch to Teixeira. Line toward left. Brantley makes the grab, 2 down. I'm going to bring up Alex Rodriguez. What you were just talking about with regards to Carrasco reminds me of another guy who's pitching at the top of his game right now, who's also pitching tonight, and that's Justin Verlander. Now, he's at a different level than everybody else, but when he's got the ability to throw an unbelievable fastball and a breaking ball and a changeup at any point.
3 above big league pitches that he has, and we witnessed where he threw them all for strikes in one game, and he's been doing that for a while. To me, he's the best pitcher in baseball right now.
Alex Rodriguez 0 for 4 last night. And Carrasco misses with the fastball.
To me, Carrasco's got enough on his fastball for this Yankee lineup. He can throw fastballs by these guys at 93, 94. Where Josh Tomlin last night, he's a different character. He's got to set his fastball up because more of the Yankees have slider speed bats. And, if you slow it down to them, that's going to help them out because they're also good breaking ball hitters. But this guy sets his fastball up where he can throw it by you upstairs at 90. 2 different style pitchers, but 2 very successful because they throw strikes.
Low and away, 2 balls and a strike. Carrasco ready with the 2-1 now. And a chopper towards third. Orlando Cabrera throws across the diamond, and the inning is over. So Carrasco gives up the little infield hit to Jeter, but that's it. Nothing more. Indians coming to bat. CC Sabathia and Manny Acta's starting lineup is brought to you by Progressive Insurance, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. Michael Brantley is Dribble Cabrera and Travis Hafner at the top. Then you've got Carlos Santana, who had a big home run last night, Orlando Cabrera, Grady Sizemore, Austin Kearns, who delivered the monster homer in last night's game, Court Phelps, and Lou Marson.
Well, the big man, CC Sabathia, he is 30 years old now, believe it or not, making his 19th start. He has logged some innings for the Yankees, 129 and 2/3 innings. He has been on a roll, winning 8 out of his last 9. He's 11-4, a 3.05 ERA. There is one thing. His teammates have been very kind to him this year, where he has the best run support in all of baseball. They average over 7 runs a game for CC when he is towing the rubber.
That's a pretty lethal combination.
Yeah, it is. It sure is, because, he usually goes out there. There's only one game this year out of his starts he didn't throw 100 pitches.
Fastball for strike one to Michael Brantley, who was 0 for 4 last night.
But he goes out there, he gives you innings, you know what you're going to get.
Oh, he overpowered him with a letter high fastball, 0-2. He's got the good fastball. He's got the two-seam fastball that he can throw to get a ground ball. He's got the great changeup and a big slurvy breaking ball at times.
Well, he came off a terrific start against the Brewers where he punched out 13.
There's the slurvy breaking ball, and Brantley is out number 1.
A lot of times in games, you see CC will have a tough time throwing that for a strike. That may not have been a strike, but it didn't have to be because he got ahead of Brantley with the fastball and 0-2. When you get him in good counts and hitters' counts, you can take that slider. You don't have to swing at it. But if he gets ahead of you, you're going to see a lot of swings and misses like that.
Okay, as Dribble Cabrera steps in, 2 for 4 with a double last night. Looks at a ball up high from his former teammate. As Dribble shoots it out of play. Cabrera, the Indians' all-star shortstop. Right back to CC. And a little flip to first for out number 2.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the Yankees' defense. Brought to you by Home Depot. It's Gardner in left, Granderson in center, Swishers in right. Rodriguez at third, Jeter at short, Cano at second, Posada at first tonight. Cervelli is behind the plate. More savings, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Two down for Travis Hafner. Pronk was 1 for 3 last night. In his return to his normal DHing duties after that long road trip where he was limited to just the pinch hitting chances. It was after the first pitch, and it's right back out of play.
Not a bad idea if you can get after that first fastball and hit it. The big Pronk fouled it off.
Now the line on the 0-1. I know I've asked you this before, but when you face a guy who you were teammates with, especially the number of years these two guys played together, as a hitter from your perspective, was there some doubt that, oh man, this guy knows all my secrets, my weaknesses, my ins and outs?
No, I think it helps you as a hitter because you know his tendencies on what he likes to throw in certain situations. Every game is different.
Hafner with a smash to center. Granderson back, still going back, makes the over-the-shoulder catch. And the inning is over. Hafner gave it a ride, but the Tribe goes 1-2-3. The Mango Pineapple Real Fruit Smoothie has arrived. By your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. And by AT&T. Back here, no score, top of the second inning. Robinson Cano will lead off for New York. Then Nick Swisher and Jorge Posada. Carlos Carrasco gave up an infield dribbler to Derek Jeter in the first and then set him down 1-2-3. Cano two hopper to short as Drupal Cabrera fires it over. One down. Well, Carlos Carrasco off to a good start once again here tonight, and with more on the Indians' right-hander, here's Katie Witham.
Well, Matt, Rick, the Yankees come in here boasting one of, arguably the best lineups out there. Carlos Carrasco did nothing but take notes last night. He told me Josh Tomlin did an excellent job with his command and really sustained success inside with his fastball. He needs to see that from himself tonight, finding that fastball, being able to mix in those off speeds. But the most important thing for himself tonight is keep that ball down, guys.
Thanks, Katie.
That's a pretty good scouting report.
Nick Swisher takes a strike.
You don't want to give them any free passes. You make them hit their way on and try and pitch from in front. I mean, throw strikes. I mean, those two guys right there, you know it. And Carrasco pitched one other game against them this year, we told you in June, and had success. So he just wants to build on that.
Nick Swisher, 1 for 4. He doubled late in the game last night. Big chopper, first base side, just foul.
You know, when you look into this series so far, 18 hitters for the Yankees have had 3 pitches or less. Now, to go through a lineup like that, that's impressive because they lead the league in walks. They have 328 walks. So, these guys are a type of offense that'll make you work, make you throw strikes. But when you can get them in 3 pitches or less, you are really doing a good job.
Here's the 1-2. Especially a Yankee team that probably takes more pitches and sees more pitches than any team in baseball.
Well, it's a veteran team. They're not afraid to hit with 2 strikes, and you're right. They're going to make you throw a lot of pitches. And they do foul off a lot of pitches to stay alive. That's another thing. As a starter, you can get a little frustrated from making a good pitch and they foul it off to stay alive, and make another good pitch and they foul it off. You have to work hard to get 7 innings out of this lineup.
Checked to swing and fouled it off. So a pesky at bat here for Swisher so far.
And he just barely started his bat and it hits it.
Almost right on the down the trademark.
Yeah, because he saw he was starting to commit with 2 strikes and then wanted to hold up, and that ball bearing in on him and got it. Just fouled off the bat.
Another foul ball. This will be at least an 8-pitch at bat. And the 2-2. A little bit low, full count.
Whatever you do as a hitter in this situation, whether you make an out or you get a base hit, you look at it as a good at-bat because you really made the guy work hard to get you out.
Payoff pitch. And on the 10th pitch, Swisher goes right back up the middle for a 1-out single.
And he earned it. Second hit for the Yankees.
As Drupal Cabrera, one of the Indians' all-star representatives this year, both he and Chris Perez will represent the Tribe in the Midsummer Classic. And you see there, as Drupal has a couple of stars on the jersey and on the hat, that's part of Major League Baseball's way of identifying each of the guys who was picked for the all-star team this year. So if you're noticing the stars during the game, that's what they're there for.
Jorge Posada. That way nobody thinks that Willie Stargell has come back from the dead to start passing out stars again.
You remember, yeah, that's right. He did that in 1979.
That's one of those great team-building experiences that they had that was unique to their club. And you think back to the 07 Indians and how the pies in the face after the game became a team-bonding experience for them. Those are little things, but, boy, they can take on a life of their own and bring a team so much closer together. It seemed like such a little, simple thing, and yet it took on a life of its own for both of those teams.
What you're talking about, and the way those things were done, it was a team-oriented thing. This is more of an all-star thing.
Oh, this is totally different. Yeah,
but
right.
You're right. When you like Stargell, who was the captain and he was the man in charge of that whole clubhouse. Yeah, divvies out the stars and things like that. Yes. That's part of the game that I don't think a lot of people understand, the camaraderie and what you have to go through, that battle for 162 games where you guys grow together as a unit.
Well, in this year's team.
And you get into the trenches. It's a great example.
This year's team had a little post-game toast celebration that they have going.
Well, I don't know. It's not over yet, is it?
I hope not.
Really?
After
Whatever
every
makes
win.
you a little closer, you know, and brings you closer together because you've got to go through a lot.
2-1 pitch. A little bit low. 3 balls and a strike. So Carrasco struggling a little bit here in the second inning, in that Swisher made him work for it, and now Posada laying off some very close pitches. And he's got the count tipped in his favor, with Brett Gardner waiting on deck. And it's ball 4, so Posada draws a walk. And there are 2 on with only 1 out here in the second inning now.
Well, the Indians will host the Toronto Blue Jays on Saturday, and the family can enjoy pregame kids' fun day activities along with the food and performances from other cultures at the International Festival following the game. Also, fireworks to follow. That'll be set to a British Invasion soundtrack. So get your tickets at Indians.com, or you can call 216-420-HITS.
Brett Gardner, 0 for 3 last night, but this is another guy that can be just a real pain for a pitcher. He can foul off a lot of pitches. Has a good eye at the plate.
He's one of those guys now. See, he's a little bit out of rhythm. I don't know if that Swisher at bat took anything out of him, but he's a guy that you probably are not going to get a double play with unless you get him to hit a one-hopper right at one of your infielders. And now Marson just wants to try and settle him down and say, get back into your groove and throw strikes.
Tim Belcher watched Josh Tomlin go out and just absolutely deal for 7 innings last night. And the whole key to being a successful pitcher is making some of those in-game adjustments, and that's what Tomlin has become so adept at doing, adjusting on the fly, at bat to at bat. The 1-0. And he missed in off the plate, 2 balls, no strikes, and he does appear to either be out of rhythm, or just mechanically in a little bit of a rut here.
Well, the first 5 hitters, they saw 15 pitches, and it's been 15 since in the last 2 batters.
Now the 2-0. And he missed outside there. 3 balls, no strikes. He looks just a little frustrated.
Well, you got to regroup, man. You got to regroup. You're facing the bottom part of the lineup. Find a way. You got to make that. Do you hear people talk about making that adjustment on the fly or in between pitches? He has to do that right now to come back and try and throw a couple of strikes. I'm sure Gardner's going to be taken.
3-0 pitch. And a borderline call goes Carrasco's way.
Well, he didn't like it. Gardner didn't like it. I can tell you that. He's looking back now and says, you sure? Might have been a little high.
Now with 2 on and 1 out, the 3-1 to Gardner. And that's ball 4, so he's walked 2 in a row and the bases are loaded. And Francisco Cervelli is coming to the plate. Now this is a gigantic early at bat in the game. You got the bases loaded, 1 out. The number 9 hitter Cervelli, .231 average. And as you said before, I think you mentioned it last night, with this lineup, you can't walk guys and get away with it very often, because more times than not you start walking people and you're going to end up with guys like Teixeira, A-Rod, or Cano at the plate.
That's where they make their money. When you give them free base runners, they take advantage of it. You may get away with it once in a game or something like that, but you're not going to do it often.
Almost chased after the slider down and away, but he didn't go.
See, Cervelli, he's trying to get aggressive up there, and right now Carrasco has no idea where the strike zone is. It's bouncing all over the place for him. And he has done a good job in his career with the bases loaded.
Carrasco, he needs the old 2-for-1 ball.
He needs
right
a little
here.
two-seamer that runs in on him and get that ground ball to shortstop and turn it. Like
Chopper
that.
towards third, just foul. Orlando Cabrera manning third base tonight. You notice the glove he's using. Katie Witham talked to Orlando before the game. He picked that mitt up from Pablo Sandoval in San Francisco. He said he liked it a little bit better than
the Panda Bear glove,
than the model that Jack Hanahan was using. A little bigger glove. He said a little deeper pocket. So now the set on the 1-1. Bouncing ball to short, just as you called it, my friend. 6-4. Oh, ball in the dirt, and Santana couldn't dig it out.
Man,
Gord
Phelps. I'll tell you what, he has had trouble turning double plays. You got to get out of the inning right there. Yeah, he made his pitch, he gets the ground ball, and they don't turn it. For some reason, at second base, he has problems turning the double play. Watch his arm going down, and he short hops him. Get it up top. The runner wasn't on his feet for any reason. That's a ball right there that's got to be turned and out of the inning.
That's a killer for Carlos Carrasco, because he should be sitting in the dugout right now. Instead, the Yankees pick up a run. Cervelli gets an RBI, and they have the early 1-0 lead. Well, Manny Acta obviously wanted, he wanted the extra right-handed bats in there tonight, so you keep both Lonnie Chisenhall and Jack Hanahan out of the lineup. Those would have been third base options. You could have kept Cabrera at second.
Well, however you look at it, he made the decision to start it, but Chisenhall has had problems for me turning double plays. He hasn't turned one yet.
Cord Phelps.
Cord Phelps.
Yeah.
He has had his issues, man. That arm comes down and it's so low. He's got to get it up top and get it over the base runner.
Derek Jeter, an infield hit, his first time up with runners at first and third and 2 down. And that is drilled into left center, and this is trouble. Posada scores. Cervelli's going to come all the way around from first and score, and it's a 3-run second inning for New York. You give them the extra out, and they take full advantage of it.
They sure do.
Derek Jeter already with his second hit tonight. Now just 4 shy of the 3,000 mark, as he drives in RBIs number 21 and 22 on the year.
Let's check out the pitch on the Time Warner Cable pitch tracker, and it is going to be right down Broadway. A nice little fastball for Jeter, and he plugs the gap. So, he got that little infield hit the first time up. Well, that's his second hit of the night. He's 4 away. But it goes back to that unturned double play to get out of the inning, and they put 3 on the board with a play not being made. So it's Yankees 3-0. That will not go down as an error. It's just, it's one of those plays where you give a team an extra out, and the Yankees took advantage.
Curtis Granderson struck out his first time up. And looks at a strike outside to even the count.
Well, for whatever reason now, maybe Carlos Carrasco will relax a little bit and just let it go free and easy. He got himself into the situation by 2 walks after the base hit. He buckled down and got the ground ball he needed, but his defense didn't help him. So now you get this out, go back and regroup in the dugout. Get back on track.
With 2 down and Derek Jeter standing at second base, the 1-2 pitch to Granderson. And Marson couldn't hold the tip, so he stays alive. Yankees were 1 for 6 last night with runners in scoring position. But boy, that was a big 2-out RBI hit right there by Derek Jeter. And by rights, he shouldn't even have had a chance to hit in this inning. Now the 1-2. Drilled deep right field. And gone just inside the pole. Yankees capitalizing on the mistakes by the Tribe here in the second. And it's 5-0 New York.
See where Marson's sitting? He missed his target. Marson wanted that ball away. He threw it inside, and it goes right down the line. Stays inside the pole. You see the kid reaching around. He was actually in foul territory, his arm over in fair territory, and it was a fair ball. So Granderson homered in second consecutive nights. That's number 24 for him. Give him 61 ribbies. And it's a 5-run Yankee second. That's their 120th home run, by the way, which leads the league as well. Those guys can hit homers. They score 45% of their runs via the long ball.
The 8th man to bat in the inning is Mark Teixeira. Teixeira lined to left his first time up. And another base hit. And Carrasco can't even help himself out now.
Well, they made the adjustment. He shut him down on 5 hits back in Yankee Stadium. And guess what? They have 5 already, and you're in the second inning. 4 of them coming in this inning. And there you go. Breaking ball. He just serving it, going the other way with it. They're locked in tune right now. They're not letting him get away with anything. And I think the frustrating thing, he knows he should be sitting in that dugout without giving up a run. That's even worse for him.
Alex Rodriguez, the 9th man to bat in the inning. Chopper just foul third base side, not by much. Rick, remember there were games when CC Sabathia was a young pitcher for the Indians where you would see him go out there and you know, a bad break like that would happen behind him and you could just see the emotions get the better of him. Now, I don't know that's what's happened to Carrasco here, but you have to wonder if deep down
he's visibly shaken.
Yeah,
I can tell you that right now. I saw him throw a ball out of play he didn't like.
The 0-1, tap foul, 0-2.
Well, it is a game of emotions. The way he's been pitching, he's been in total control. And in this inning, he has not been. But the Yankees, I mean, they can do that to you. That's the kind of offense they have. You give them a little a break or an inch, and they'll take a mile.
Well, that's where I said the at-bat with Cervelli was gigantic, I think is the word I used, because he's up there and you got a chance to get out of the inning without having to deal with the big boppers and men on base. And he did exactly what he needed to do to get out of the inning, and it didn't happen. And then he had to face Jeter, Granderson, Teixeira, now A-Rod, and they've done the damage. And in the hole, a base hit.
Did I hear somebody call a balk? I thought I heard somebody call a balk. That's going to go as a base hit anyway because they called the balk. I thought I heard it. I could be wrong. See if he stops. There's a stop, and then he started again. And then they called the balk right there, I think, because he stopped. He went down again. But the pitch continued. He got a base hit. That's going to go as a hit. So they have batted around.
Robinson Cano led off the inning when he grounded out to short. Now what do we have? Time was called momentarily. Now we're ready to go again. Carlos Carrasco now is all of a sudden, look it up there, he's made 51 pitches. Here's the 0-1. In the air, center field. Grady back, still going back, on the track at the wall, makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. Oh boy, the Indians had their work cut out for them now. Yankees up 5 early. All right, we're back here at Progressive Field where the Indians trail at 5-0 going to the bottom of the second inning. It will be Carlos Santana, Orlando Cabrera, and Grady Sizemore to face CC Sabathia. Well,
didn't I tell you?
Talked about the numbers. It's uncanny.
He gets a lot of help.
7+ runs a game when he pitches.
Yes, those boys do him a good job. So they put a 5 spot in the second inning. So he's on his way there. And he was very good and quick in the first inning.
A little bit high. letters 1-1 for Santana, who clobbered a home run last night late in the game.
There's that changeup. That's when he really developed into becoming a great starting pitcher, is when he could throw that changeup at any time in any count.
There's the 1-2. Smothered by Cervelli. Evens the count. Well, it just goes to show you, too, Rick, that a guy like Sabathia got to the big leagues because he was unique in that as a left-hander who could throw 95, 97 miles an hour. But he still had to learn how to pitch. He had to learn how to develop his secondary stuff before he could become truly an ace.
Even though he did win, 17 games his first year?
Yeah.
You know, when you think about it. I remember Charlie Manuel had to fight to get this kid on the team.
But if you
coming
remember
out of spring training,
his rookie year, while he did pitch well, especially for a rookie, they averaged more than 5-6 runs a game for him that year.
They had a team that could do that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying he won 17 games, and maybe back then he thought this is going to be easy. Well, he found out it wasn't easy. You still have to develop. You have to learn how to pitch if you want to be successful, and he certainly has done that. He's got a Cy Young Award to show for it.
And the 2-2 to Santana. Out of play the opposite direction.
He was the first one to win it here in Cleveland since Gaylord Perry. That's quite a gap.
And we saw a young kid come to the big leagues and really grow into a man by the time he won that Cy Young Award.
He's one of the best. He's probably one of the best teammates you could have. I mean, you talk to anybody that has played with him, even when he went to Milwaukee from here.
Santana in the air to right field, routine for Swisher. One away. Take a look at our AT&T trivia question tonight. Last Yankees pitcher with back-to-back 20-win seasons. We'll have the answer coming up later on. Orlando Cabrera takes the ball outside. At the knees, strike. Evens the count, 1-1. Orlando shoots that back. Falls behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tigers lost to the Angels out on the West Coast last night, so the Indians have a game and a half advantage in the division. White Sox began the night in third place, 3.5 off the pace. Down low, 2-2. Chicago, by the way, at 43-43 on the year. They are dead even. 20-20 at home, 23-23 on the road. Now the 2-2 pitch. Popped in the air. Right fielder Nick Swisher will make the catch. 2 down.
Well, the Tribe will open a 4-game series against the Toronto Blue Jays Thursday. All fans will receive a T-shirt courtesy of the Plain Dealer. You can create your memories now, starting at just $8. Visit Indians.com for the tickets.
Two down for Grady Sizemore, 0 for 2 with a pair of walks last night. Out of play to the left, and Sizemore in an 0-2 hole. And he chased. Sabathia gets his second strikeout. He's retired the first 6 in a row. Yankees lead it 5-0. Stay tuned later in the game to see our Miller taste greatness moment. For the Yankees, Nick Swisher, Jorge Posada, Brett Gardner due up. Carlos Carrasco roughed up in that second inning. Now in dire need of throwing up some zeros. Swisher singled with 1 out in the second inning. And that one at bat seemed to begin the unraveling of Carlos Carrasco, who at that point had retired 4 straight. But Swisher, in a 10-pitch at bat, fouled off a number of Carrasco offerings and then lined a single right back through the middle. This time he beats it into the ground, and Cord Phelps flips it over for out number 1. Check in once again with Katie Witham.
Well, Matt, Rick, once again, we are going to be filling the house for charity tomorrow as the Indians wrap up their series with the Yankees. Game time 7:05. $1 from every ticket will go to support the United Way of Greater Cleveland. You can log on right now to Indians.com. Get your tickets. Come on out here, see some great baseball, and support a worthy cause, guys.
All right, thanks, Katie. Jorge Posada walked and scored in that second inning. Takes a strike. Game 2 in a 3-game series between the Indians and the Yankees. And then the Toronto Blue Jays will be in for a 4-game series to take us into the All-Star break. And then after the All-Star break, you can really make the argument that the race for the American League Central Division will begin in earnest, because at that point the Indians will have 73 games remaining. And of those 73 games remaining, 47 of them will be played within the American League Central Division. Better than 60% of their remaining games will be against divisional foes. And a line drive single up the middle for Jorge Posada. And what makes that even more interesting is there are two key stretches, one in August where the Indians will play 12 straight games against Detroit, Chicago, and Minnesota. And then they'll finish the season with 12 of their last 13 games against Detroit, Chicago, and Minnesota. So say what you want about Kansas City. They're a better club. They're still a young team. But this division is going to be fought out between those four teams. And even though Minnesota has faded here lately, 8 games out, and what are they, 9 games under 500, they'll still have something to say about who wins and who doesn't win.
Sure they will.
The AL Central.
That's why you have to take control of your own division. I mean, you can say that right from the start of the year, and it's going to hold true. You have to play well. They got off to the good start. Now they're going to have to battle their foes.
Brett Gardner takes a strike, walked his first time up. Low and away. Count evens at 1-1 for Gardner. The team that's played the best so far within the AL Central has been Detroit. They're 15-7. But I just, again, you look at all those numbers, and to this point, none of it really matters. It's all going to come down to what everybody does in July, August, late July, August, and September. A base hit in the hole, and Posada moves up to second. Carlos Carrasco, who has been just dazzling over his last 9 starts, has just run into a buzzsaw so far here tonight.
Well, here's the at-bat that really did some damage in this ball game. Cord Phelps can't turn the double play underneath the ball and makes a bad throw to first base. Santana doesn't pick it up for him. They went on to score 5 runs, and it was Cervelli that hit it.
He's up here with 2 on and 1 out. Grounded to short, backhanded by Asdrubal, goes to second. They get the force there. Cord Phelps hangs on to it for out number 2.
Cabrera hurt himself.
And Asdrubal went down in a heap.
I don't know if he
in
turned
shallow
his
left
ankle
field.
or what.
He's grabbing that right ankle, Rick.
Yeah, I saw him go down. I mean, when he threw, I think he twisted it when he landed to get the ball over to Phelps.
He looks to be in considerable amount of pain right there.
Yes, he does. Watch. I don't know if it's going to stay with him after he gets rid of the ball, but he jumps, and I think he landed on his ankle wrong.
Just looked like it rolled
over.
Sure
yeah.
Did.
I'm not sure. We may have a shot of it. Let's take a look. There he goes up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm guessing that's what happened because they're helping him up. And that's not a good sign for that guy. If that guy goes down, I don't know what they're going to do. Very tender right now. I mean, this guy, we showed you yesterday, he has played all but 7 innings of this team's games this year.
And right now, Rick, if you're Manny Acta, do you even want to take a chance? Do you just take him out right now just to say, hey, look, we can't take a chance on him injuring this.
Well, I'll tell you what. Who are you going to put in there? That's what I want to know. That might be the only guy that Manny would have done that with, because he's got nobody to put in there. Well, it's hard to tell from this angle.
Definitely looked like he just rolled over on the side of it.
Well, he had to. I mean, he's sitting there limping on it.
Rick Jamieson talking it over with Manny Acta. And I'm sure what Manny's asking him was, what's the worst case scenario right now? Derek Jeter has 2 hits already tonight, and he's driven in 2 runs and scored 1. Swung out and missed. Out in front of it, 0-2. Time called as Jeter steps out, and now he digs in. A little bit wide of the mark. And you can see Carrasco, who's been frustrated all night long.
Well, you're going to see a little breaking ball away, the slider off the plate. Marson's going to hold it there, but it was outside.
Nothing doing with the runners. That time he rung him up, and the inning is over. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left aboard. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's 5-0 New York. Off rather gingerly, and then went with Rick Jamieson, I think, to get checked out, maybe get that ankle wrapped up. We'll see if he's able to stay in the ball game. I would imagine he will, but we'll wait and see. Austin Kearns, Cord Phelps, Lou Marson due up here for the Indians.
Well, they may just slap some tape on there and, keep it the swelling down or something that hurt. It may not be sore till after the game.
Now the 0-1. Kearns swing and a miss.
Yes.
Down and in. Did he go too far? He did not go. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's when the right-handers will swing it at CC slider. Again, ahead in the count 0-2, which he's done very well tonight. He started, but he was able to hold up. But they start committing on that ball, and all of a sudden that back foot slider is what gets you.
Down low, 2-2. Rick, you asked the question, if Asdrubal comes out of the game, who would Manny Acta put in there at shortstop? Orlando Cabrera obviously has played a lot of shortstop in his career. He could be one option. Cord Phelps played 28 games at shortstop this year for AAA Columbus. The 2-2. Kearns with a 1-hopper to third. A-Rod throws him out 1 away. But I'm thinking both of those would be short-term solutions. So let's keep our fingers crossed that Asdrubal is okay. Here's our great clip of the game from last night. Austin Kearns, his first home run since August of last year, was the difference in the ball game as it brought the Indians from behind to ultimate victory over the Yankees. Relax, here at Great Clips. Looks like Austin's fighting off some bees or wasps in the dugout there. It's that time of year. Cord Phelps takes a fastball inside. And the 1-1 popped in the air, left field. Back goes Gardner, still going back, carries all the way to the middle of the warning track. 2 down. Our minor league report is brought to you by Kia. Jason Kipnis, minor league player of the week, tearing it up offensively, no question about it. 3 homers, 7 driven in. He scored 8 times. And with 2 down, Lou Marson. Well, Asdrubal Cabrera back on the bench. Looks like he's okay.
Oh, yeah. He'll be out there walking around. I'm sure they probably threw some tape on it and made sure everything was fine.
As you said, the key is how's it going to feel tomorrow? Slice just inside the bag, down the right field line. Lou Marson with the Indians' first hit of the ball game. And that'll keep the inning alive now for Michael Brantley.
Well, Lou now 3 for 4 off CC in his career, and you couldn't have placed this one any better. He went down and away with a pitch, and he just shoots it that way. That's that inside-out approach to the left-hander with Posada playing first tonight. I don't know if you get that ball by the best that's over there, but Teixeira's DH in the night. Posada's over there at first, but Lou gets a base hit. First hit of the night for the Indians, coming with 2 outs.
That'll bring up Michael Brantley. And a curveball hangs high. Back to the mound. Sabathia with the flip. And we've played 3 in Cleveland. The Yankees on top 5-0. The 4th inning here at Progressive Field. And for New York, Curtis Granderson, Mark Teixeira, Alex Rodriguez due up. Carlos Carrasco had a miserable 2nd inning in which he struggled, had trouble commanding the baseball, and then a key defensive miscue behind him allowed the inning to continue, and the Yankees took full advantage. He'll start this 4th inning with 68 pitches under his belt so far.
You know, now your job is to just keep throwing zeros on there and hopes your offense gets on track and start facing CC for the 2nd time through. So try and have a quick inning and get in as quickly as possible.
And a strike call to Granderson.
They have a hit in every inning. He's yet to have a 1-2-3 inning. His first was the best after Jeter led the game off with that little infield single. He got the next 3 guys in order.
High pop foul out of play.
Send out some birthday wishes. Rex Grady turning 100 today. Rex, happy birthday to you. Gary Weber of Akron is 71. Helen Gajowski is 89 from North Olmsted. Happy birthday to you all.
Mike Fox turns 45 today in Bellevue. Raymond Kettler celebrating his 90th birthday today in Navarre, Ohio. Thalia Duvall celebrating her 10th birthday in Westlake. Granderson celebrating another home run.
Yes, he is. Boy, this guy's on fire. Carrasco didn't even look.
That is his 3rd home run of the series, his 2nd tonight. And that gives him 25 on the year to pull even with teammate Mark Teixeira.
Man, oh man, is this guy on fire. I mean to tell you, Carrasco, he was looking at the umpire saying, give me the ball back. Look at that, change up down. And you see where Marson's glove was going down and in? Look at, it's down there low. Granderson just picks it, and I mean hits it out of there a ton. That is now 6-0. And what a series he is having.
Well, Curtis Granderson says that he and Kevin Long, the Yankees hitting coach, didn't do anything radically to alter his approach at the plate or his batting stance or anything of that nature. He said it was really just about reaffirming things that we believe in and the approach we want to take.
I noticed, though, that he had both hands on the bat all the way through, where he used to let one off. Now he has them both. They stay on the bat at all times.
And he did say that was something they changed. But, in his mind, at least, Rick, wasn't anything radically altered. Now, you may differ. You may say, hey, that is a big difference to keep both hands on the bat.
No, it's not. It's just following through. No way. Look at him go down and stay on that ball. That hand did come off the bat a little bit on that one because he had to go down and hit that pitch.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until everything was through the hitting area that he let it go. He is having some kind of year. Leading the league in runs scored. He's trailing only that guy that's on a different planet in Toronto with home runs now, and he's tied with his teammate, Mark Teixeira.
One ball, no strikes for Alex Rodriguez. There's Mark Teixeira, who had 25 home runs coming into the series, and now Granderson's pulled even with him. Six to nothing in favor of New York. Chop foul. Some more birthday wishes tonight. Dr. Joseph Carano in Warren, Ohio, celebrating his 75th birthday. He's been a doctor for 48 years and a loyal Indians fan as well. Now the 2-1. Call to strike. Couple of anniversary wishes tonight, too. Rachel and Jeff Morse celebrating their 3rd anniversary in University Heights. And out in Perry, Ohio, Sue and Pat Gianell celebrating their 30th anniversary. Ground ball towards second. Cord Phelps will flip it over to first. 2 down. Let's go back to the studios, check in with Al Pulaski, who might have some news about that guy you were just talking about, Jose Bautista, his Blue Jays battling Boston tonight.
That's right, man. Let's go to Boston, where the Blue Jays are in town, but the guy leaving the yard is Dustin Pedroia. For the 8th time this year, Boston now has an early 3-0 lead over Toronto. They've moved to the top of the 5th inning now at Fenway, but the Red Sox keep that offense rolling right along. The Toronto Blue Jays still looking for their first hit. Back to you, Matt.
All right, thanks, Al. Blue Jays 2 games below the break-even mark on the year, even though they'd won their last 2 coming into this contest. They arrive here for a 4-game series beginning on Thursday night. Robinson Cano 0 for 2 tonight, 1 for 6 in the series. He flied to deep center to end the 2nd inning. Straighten him up with a fastball.
You know, you got to go back to his first start in June. I'm talking about Carlos Carrasco against Texas, where he went 6 innings, gave up 8 hits and 6 runs. That was his last real struggle, I would say.
Popped him up. Back goes Orlando Cabrera. He might not get there. And he turns around and has it kick off of him into foul ground. And Robinson Cano goes into second base.
Yeah, and that goes to show you it's not an easy play when your back is to the infield and you're looking behind you to try and catch the baseball. And by the time he gets out there, look at him. He's looking right from the start. He was looking for help from the beginning, and that's telling you, I don't want it. Well, he doesn't get it. It'll go as a double for Cano. The Yankees now have 5 hits when they have been behind the count to Carrasco, 0-1 and 1-2. Where normally he puts hitters away. Hasn't been able to do it tonight.
Well, there was nothing really he could do about that.
No, that was nothing. That's true.
85th pitch of the night for Carlos coming up right here. And it's ball one to Nick Swisher. Swisher singled and scored in what was, I think, really a game-changing at bat in that second inning. 2-0. And that's inside for ball three. Six to nothing Yankees. Runner at second with two down. Carrasco behind in the count 3-0. Bullpen phone is ringing, and we're going to get some action out there. Ball four. He's walked Swisher. 2 on, 2 out for Jorge Posada. Frank Herman will start to loosen.
You know, and then the last time he started against the Yankees, which came the 13th of June, he walked 3 in that game. He has 3 tonight. But they didn't have the hits. They had only 5 hits in that ball game. They have 10 here in 4 innings. Tim Belcher going to go slow it down and let, you'd say, Herman up in the pen?
Yeah.
Let Frank get loose out there.
Hey, while we have a moment, I want to let you know you can log on to STOHD.com and buy a $20 gift card from Johnny Malloy's in Lakewood, and you'll get one free. Johnny Malloy's is kid-friendly, features the best ribs in town along with award-winning pizza. Johnny Malloy's in Lakewood. Join them on their patio for your next happy hour.
Well, Belcher really taking all the time he can before they have to move him off the mound. It'll give me time to send out a congratulations to Mike and Mary Myers of Marion, Ohio, celebrating their 27th anniversary.
You also want to send out best wishes to Dan Bell from Alliance. He's in Altman Hospital. He's got surgery scheduled for tomorrow. Watching the Tribe on the tube tonight. They're not exactly putting him in a great frame of mind for his surgery, though.
Yes, sir.
Jorge Posada looks at the ball down and in. He has walked and scored and singled. The 1-0 almost got him.
He just doesn't have his command tonight. When he's been ahead of hitters, they've been able to put it in play and get hits. When he's been behind hitters, he hasn't been able to make his pitches. It's been one night for Carlos, and it's been a struggle.
Posada got a piece of that. Manny active. Wondering if his offense has another rally like they had last night in them. The 2-1 pitch. Strike call to the outside edge, 2-2. Carlos Carrasco running out of bullets. He's at 92 pitches. Trying to get through this fourth inning. And again, it looked like he was out of the inning when he got the pop-up to shallow left, but just nobody could get to it. Orlando Cabrera got there, but with his back to home plate, couldn't catch it. And that's forced him to make a lot more pitches, just like in that second inning. The 2-2. Got him looking. Carrasco gets himself out of the inning. And a frustrating night for the young right-hander. New York in control, 6-0. I want to see some offense. The Indians have been shut down and shut out so far by CC Sabathia on just one hit. Meanwhile, New York has raced out to a 6-0 lead. Carlos Carrasco.
Well, that's the old pat on the back there, and his pitching coach talking to him, saying, all right, you want to rehash what happened tonight and what went on. I'm sure he's done.
Tough day at the office.
Yeah, it was. But something you learn from, and you move on. It wasn't his best day. A couple of home runs given up, 10 hits in his 4 innings. But a lot of it not his fault.
All right, we're going to get Lonnie Chisenhall to pinch hit for his Drupal Cabrera here. So we're definitely
smart.
We're definitely going to get some shuffling in that Indians infield. And it sounds like Orlando Cabrera is going to move to shortstop in the interim. Lonnie Chisenhall takes a strike. The 0-1 from Sabathia. And the breaking ball for strike 2. So he sees the express. Then he gets the local. And now he's thinking, holy mackerel, what have I got myself into here? Swung on and missed. Another breaking ball. Third K for Sabathia. And he gets Chisenhall on 3 pitches to start the 4th inning. Our scoreboard update is brought to you by your Northern Ohio Ford dealers and the all-new 2012 Ford Focus. Ford, drive one. Travis Hafner flied to center his first time up. CC Sabathia came into this inning having made 37 pitches through the first 3 frames. Remember, Carlos Carrasco needed 39 just to get through the 2nd inning alone. So he has been pretty much on cruise control. He only hit a single by Lou Marson with 2 outs in the 3rd.
No, CC never gets loose until he throws about 39 pitches. He's a guy that can throw a lot. I mentioned to you also in his starts this year, only once has he not thrown 100 pitches. That came in a couple starts ago against the Cubs. But they had a lead 7-4. He came out with 89 pitches. And this is his 19th start.
Lays off.
But the Yankees are not done yet. They're almost at their average when he's on the mound. They're at 6. We said over 7.
Yeah. The 2-1. And Hafner had a big, vicious rip at a 97-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, he let that one go, didn't he?
And the 2-2. And he got him. He waved at that breaking ball. Back-to-back strikeouts for Sabathia here in the 4th. 2 down. Oh, you get a guy throwing 96, 97 miles an hour, and then he...
Well, you change the eye level. He went upstairs, he goes downstairs. And that one wasn't even a strike, but, he challenged him. And Hafner thought he was going to come back again with a fastball, and he doesn't. He throws the breaking ball.
Carlos Santana flied to right. His first time up, and he fouls that off his foot. And the 0-1 pitch. Blooped over the head of the first baseman Posada, and Santana as the Indians' second hit of the night. Both hits coming with 2 outs. Keeps the inning alive now for Orlando Cabrera.
Yeah, both going down the first baseline as well. Remember, Marsons was just inside the bag at first. Well, here comes Santana. Gets it down deep in the trademark, but he muscles it out of there, fights it off, second hit.
Orlando Cabrera fly to right. His only trip against Sabathia. And a little soft single up the middle. It's through. Back-to-back base hits with 2 outs here in the 4th inning. And now Grady Sizemore coming to the plate.
This ball looked like it was hit harder than what it really was because it was off the end of the bat. But he gets it up the middle. You see Jeter going after it. He's not going to get there. So a pair of 2-out hits keeps the inning going for Grady Sizemore.
And Grady struck out his first time up. This is where the Indians have swung the bats well so far this month, Rick. Batting .400 as a team with runners in scoring position here in the month of July. They hit .211 in June, and that's one way you can point to how they struggled in that month of June. Grady went wailing away, came up empty. Well, these two guys know each other extremely well.
Well, and that's what I mean. Grady's played behind him straight away in center field and able to watch him throw sliders, fastballs, changeups to all the hitters. A little different, so when you get in that little white box.
That fastball at 97 looks a lot different from there than it does when you're out in center field.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's coming in on you. It gets on you in a hurry.
Well, Grady's got a battle now, down on the count.
Well, I can see that CC's got these guys guessing tonight. They don't know what he's throwing and when. He's throwing strikes, and he's throwing all of his pitches for strikes, so they're sitting there guessing. When they're looking for the fastball, they get the breaking ball. And vice versa.
Up high. Let's see if that turns out to be a show-me pitch or if he just missed badly on the location.
Well, you want to go upstairs and get Grady on the fastball. That might have been his show fastball after throwing one for a strike. Now he can come back with the slider. He can go back upstairs with another fastball if he would like.
2 on, 2 out. The 1-2. And he struck him out. Sabathia fans 3 in the 4th. Indians get 2 hits, but they leave him stranded. by your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers. It's time to join the Hyundai movement. And by Panini's. Get overstuffed at any one of 18 locations in Northeast Ohio. Six 0 New York, fifth inning. And a bunch of changes to tell you about for the Indians. The Verizon call to the bullpen brought to you by the Verizon 4G LTE. Rule the air on the most advanced 4G network in the world. You see Frank Herman coming on for the Tribe. He did an outstanding job down in Cincinnati with 3 gutsy, scoreless innings of relief work.
Yeah, he's been pitching very well for him, given the opportunity.
Lonnie Chisenhall has come into the game now at third base. Orlando Cabrera has taken over for Asdrubal at shortstop. And Asdrubal, after rolling that ankle, has left the ball game. But it appeared that he was fine, and this is more a case of precautionary, get him out of there, make sure he's fine.
6-0. I think it's a great idea, the way this ball game has gone.
Ground ball hit it up the middle. Backhanded by Phelps. Took a little time getting it out of his glove, and then the throw, short hop Santana.
Well, with this guy going down the line, I don't know if you're going to get him anyway. That's just couldn't make the transfer. But Gardner's not even in the picture. He can get down the line with the best of them. You're right. Even if he fields it cleanly and gets rid of it, he's not going to get him.
11th hit of the night for New York. And Francisco Cervelli steps in here. Cervelli twice has hit the ball to shortstop, and both times he's reached on a fielder's choice. In fact, it was Cervelli's ball that really changed the face of this game in that second inning when they didn't turn the double play. And then it was his ground ball in the third inning that ultimately caused the injury of Asdrubal Cabrera. Cabrera went in the hole, fielded the ball, but when he twisted and threw, he came down and landed on that right ankle and appeared to roll it. Not severely, but enough that he was wincing. And enough so that they've taken him out of the game. 1-0 pitch. Chop foul. Popped him straight up. Right center field, Austin Kearns calling for it. And the right fielder has it. One away.
Well, it's KeyBank Kids Fun Day on Sunday as the Indians will take on the Blue Jays. It'll be the last game before the All-Star break. And all you kids who may want to come out early for the activities on the plaza, you can also stop by the new Wildwater Kingdom kiosk. Get your tickets at Indians.com.
Derek Jeter tried to hold up. He went around. Jeter with an infield single in the first and a 2-run double in the second. 4 hits shy of the 3,000 mark. Called out on strikes to end the third. Runner goes. Throw down. And he is safe at second base. Brett Gardner with his 21st steal of the year. One count for Jeter. In the air, center field. Grady Sizemore drifting back into the gap. He'll make the grab for out number 2. And with 2 down, that'll bring up Curtis Granderson.
That's the guy you don't want to pitch to.
He has clobbered 2 home runs tonight, giving him 25 on the year. And he's pulled even with his teammate Mark Teixeira in the home run category. And as you said, he trails Joey Bats of Toronto, Jose Bautista.
Yeah, but he's got, for Granderson, he's got 61 ribbies. Excuse me, 62. There's the first one right inside the foul pole on the fastball. Then gets a changeup. Got the hands back. Drilled that one. Has 3 RBIs, 2 more scores. So he's scored 76 runs. He's having some kind of year in that number 2 hole.
Ninth time he's had a 2-homer game in his career, second time this year.
To go with the 25 home runs, he has 7 triples. He also has 11 doubles, 15 stolen bases. So he's the total package, man. And can play solid defense in center field. I think when they traded for Curtis a year ago, they thought he was going to put up these kind of numbers last year. In his first year over there, and he had some injuries. He just didn't do it. He had a good year. But, after being there a year, he is really having a great season.
You think they expected these kind of
maybe not as dramatic? Yes, I did in that new Yankee Stadium compared. Yes, I do. I think they expect him to hit a lot of home runs. That's why they wanted to acquire him. A left-handed hitter that, it's not like he tries to pull, because when we were in New York and we saw Curtis swinging the bat, he was taking base hits to left field. Remember, he had the 4 hits in a game? Just staying on the baseball, but they knew he had pull power in that ballpark where the ball flies. I think they saw him as a 30 home run guy.
There's a fly ball to center. Grady Sizemore settles under that. And the inning comes to a close. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It's New York 6, Cleveland nothing. Six 0 New York. Bottom half of the 5th inning, bottom third of the Indians ordered 2 up here. Austin Kearns will lead off. Then it's Cord Phelps and Lou Marson. Kearns grounded to third his first time up. And a line drive single for Austin Kearns, and the Indians finally get a base runner with less than 2 outs in this game.
I was going to say, there's the start. I mean, you can get that leadoff man aboard. 4 hits, 4 singles for the Indians.
Our Northern Ohio Toyota dealers game recap. That was a huge play when they couldn't turn the double play, and then they couldn't get out of the inning. Derek Jeter made Carrasco pay with a 2-run double. Curtis Granderson with a 2-run homer. And the Yanks are off to the races. Find out about more than 30 Toyota offers available now at buyatoyota.com. Austin Kearns with that base hit has meant that the Indians' right fielders, since Shin-Soo Choo has gone down, have really done a nice job offensively. They are 11 for 35 since he went down. They've hit in 8 straight games between Austin Kearns, Shelley Duncan, and Travis Buck. So while you don't expect anybody to come in and be Shin-Soo Choo, they've at least filled in nicely during his absence. But
it's a long time to.
You're talking about 8-9 games.
Yeah, you're not talking about 8 weeks, 10 weeks.
That's right. But so far, so good. Phelps fly to left in his first trip. Just above the belt for a strike. And it's 3-1. Ball 4. So here come the Indians with 2 on to start the 5th inning. And before Lou Marson steps in, let's step aside and check in with Al Pulowski.
All right, Matt, let's head to Chicago where the White Sox are hosting Kansas City in the top half of the 2nd inning with a couple on. Alcides Escobar hits the gap in right center field. It's going to go for a triple. It'll score a couple. Kansas City takes a 3-0 lead. Chicago has 1 in the 2nd on a Konerko homer. Now 3-1, 3rd inning in Chicago. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Al. You know, Paul Konerko has hit 22 home runs. He's 4th behind Bautista and then Teixeira and Granderson. Lou Marson with a base hit inside the bag at first. His first time up. Sabathia goes inside, but it's down low for ball 1. And this crowd, it's had nothing to cheer about with regards to the Indians so far. Hoping they can break through and get on the board here.
You're getting at that point of the game where you want to get on the board and you want to answer. You're down 6. You got to at least get a couple.
2 balls, no strikes. Sabathia just over the 60 pitch mark in the game. Marson with Michael Brantley to follow. Outside corner, painted for a strike. At the knees. Outside corner again, 2-2. Austin Kearns at second, Cord Phelps at first. And now the 2-2. And he struck him out. 6 Ks for Sabathia, 1 down here in the 5th.
He didn't mess around there. When he fell behind, he says, forget about it. I'm coming back with the heat. He threw 3 straight fastballs. Got him to swing up and away, and got strikeout number 6. He didn't mess around. Came right back with the heaters.
Michael Brantley has struck out and grounded back to the mound. And he fouled that pitch off. But you're right, ever since CC got into trouble here, he's gone back to the old number 1. Fastball, fastball, fastball. That was 97 miles an hour.
I mean, we've talked about it before. If he has his good fastball, and he did in his last start, you can go ahead and throw it to hitters. They're not going to, catch up to it. He's been getting ahead, and he's been able to put them away with the off speed. The slider's working. Look, he's just telling himself to slow it down. Sometimes when you go out there on those starts, you've got all your pitches and all your stuff. There's other days you have to search for it, but he doesn't have to search for it tonight because right from the start he was throwing all of his pitches for strikes.
1-1 pitch.
There it is.
In there for a strike.
You can go either way, one or two. Even in the count, he throws the slider just to get me over slider. It wasn't his strikeout slider that he throws out of the zone. It's to throw for a strike. He could go high fastball here. He could go with another slider off the plate to see if he gets Brantley to chase it. He got him earlier in the game to do that. And that's been the pitch to get the left-handers to swing and miss. That one.
Home plate umpire Jeff Nelson rings up Brantley, said he went too far. And now after back-to-back hits, Sabathia comes back with back-to-back strikeouts, and there are 2 down.
Now this is the put-away pitch. That's the one that starts at the knees. He tightens it up a little bit. You don't pick up the spin as much, and it's out of the zone. But the hitter doesn't pick it up, and by the time he can check his swing, he doesn't. You're out.
Well, Lonnie Chisenhall did not have a good experience his first time up. It lasted all of 3 pitches, and Sabathia struck him out. With 2 on, 2 out here in the 5th. CC pulls a string on him on the first pitch this time, and Chisenhall was geared up for that fastball and couldn't hold up. The 0-1. Same pitch, same result, nothing in 2 to count. Sabathia has thrown 70 pitches tonight. 51 have been strikes. The 0-2. He struck him out. That's 8 Ks for CC. And the Indians are on the short end of a 6-0 score.
Yankees and the Indians right now. New York on top 6-0. Now, last night we had a spectacular display of fireworks, the best I've seen. We've got them again this Friday night when the Blue Jays come to town. They will be set, the fireworks, to the top Billboard 50 songs. Also, Student ID Night. Half-price tickets for all you students out there. You don't want to miss it. Log on to Indians.com. Get your tickets now. Rick, Matt, back up to you guys.
All right, thanks, Katie. 6th inning. Here in Cleveland, Mark Teixeira will lead it off for New York. And Frank Herman with a first pitch strike. Teixeira 1 for 3 tonight. He'll be followed by Alex Rodriguez. And then Robinson Cano. One and one to count.
The only guy in the Yankee lineup that doesn't have a hit tonight is Francisco Cervelli. And he did enough damage with his at-bats not to have a hit.
Yeah. Teixeira went the other way and punched it through.
Now that how pretty was that? Well, I'll tell you what, that's good hitting. It's keeping your hands back, and they had the shift on the infield, so that tells you he tries to pull everything right there. If you give that, and I guarantee you, Teixeira would raise his batting average 40 or 50 points if he took that approach every once in a while to the plate. I understand he's paid to hit home runs and drive in runs, but that right there, that's pretty good.
Frank Herman with the 1-0, and A-Rod hits it high in the air to center. Grady is back. Under it. One away. Here's our Miller Taste Greatness moment on this date in 1947. The great Hall of Famer Larry Doby made his Major League debut for the Indians.
How about that? Great man, Larry Doby. First African-American in the American League.
Just a few weeks after Jackie Robinson made his debut in the National League with the Dodgers. Right back to the screen off the bat of Robinson Cano. Robinson Cano sends one to center field, just like A-Rod did. And that's out number 2. That'll bring up Nick Swisher, who has singled and scored, walked, and grounded out tonight.
Looks like, just from the look on his face, that it's tough to pick up the baseball. You know, that twilight where you need some help when that ball gets up there into the sky.
Nick Swisher takes a strike. Six runs on a dozen hits now for New York. And another sky-high pop. Kearns has it. Makes the catch. Inning over. We move to the bottom of the 6th. It's still 6-0 New York. taken command of this game early, and CC Sabathia has run with it. The Indians have had 2 hits in each of the last 2 innings, but their last 6 outs have all been via the strikeout. How crazy is this story, Rick? Albert Pujols fractured his arm in the initial reports. He was out 4 to 6 weeks. He's back in 2. Activated tonight from the DL.
Are you kidding me? I wonder why they call him Superman.
He's not in the lineup, but he is available, they said, after being activated from the DL to pinch hit, according to Tony La Russa. Right now, they don't seem to be needing him. Matt Holliday's hit a couple of home runs for the Cardinals tonight.
Well, could you imagine if he was having the kind of year he normally has with the way Berkman's playing over there and Halladay?
Oh. St. Louis leading Cincinnati in that game 8-1. Hafner with a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hafner with a bouncer in the hole. Backhanded by Posada. Throws to Cece, who had to reach back for it. And still was able to make the catch and find the bag to beat Hafner for out number 1.
Cece, one of the worst at covering first base. I mean, when he falls off to the third base side of it, if Hafner was any faster, he would have had a base hit. And you've got Posada at first base. He doesn't give him a good feed. It throws behind him. But I give him credit. He was able to get over there in time. And they get it. It's a 3-1 putout. Those are tough shoes to fill over at first base when Teixeira is out of the lineup. But he's the best in the business, I think, defensively. But, I mean, you want to give him a rest, and you keep his bat in the lineup, and you DH him, and you put Posada out there to give him something to do. Doesn't have to catch, but boy, oh boy. I mean, Teixeira, he made a play last night. I forget whose bat it was off of, but I mean, he picked him clean.
Yeah, that was a bullet.
Here. Was that
was hit by Santana? Yep, in the
fourth inning. I mean, he made a play that. I mean, he's good at first base.
In there for a strike to even the count. Official word from the Indians clubhouse as Asdrubal Cabrera with a right ankle sprain and listed as day-to-day. Strike 2 called. Slowly chopped to third. Alex Rodriguez throws on the run. 2 down. Let's get the answer to our AT&T trivia question at this time. Last Yankee pitcher with back-to-back 21 seasons was?
TJ?
Tommy John.
Then he probably had surgery in '81. Tommy John. How about that? That's one you wouldn't guess, I don't think. But I remember he was out there, man, and he was dealing.
Orlando Cabrera base hit. His last time up. Takes the ball up high. And the 2-0. Up the middle. Jeter from the outfield grass. And a backhanded grab by Posada. Very nicely done. And the Indians go 1-2-3. Play each for as little as $25 a piece. Now the card costs you $49.95. It'll pay for itself if you play twice. Log on to STOHD.com and visit the marketplace to purchase your Tee It Up Ohio golf card today. You get a chance to play Peak and Peak, Stone Motter, Little Mountain, Aurora Country Club, Whispering Woods, Fowler's Mill, Shale Creek, The Quarry, Ashland Country Club. Check it out today. Indians go back to the bullpen as Josh Judy comes on now to work the 7th inning for the Tribe, on for the 3rd time this year. Frank Herman, 2 scoreless innings of relief, allowed 2 singles.
It's all right. Frank continues to come out and pitch well. You know, when he came out in his last appearance in Cincinnati where they desperately needed him, I think Manny Active forced him, 3 innings. He gave him 3 good innings, but that's 2 good innings today. Gave up a couple hits, but get him out of there. Didn't allow a run.
It's another good kind of a confidence builder for Frank, because remember, he went 10, 11 days without pitching before that Cincinnati appearance.
Yes. I mean, he's great. He goes out there and he works hard, and I'll tell you what, he's good to have on the staff.
Jorge Posada, 1 for 2. He walked and scored back in that 2nd inning. Since then, he has singled and struck out. Josh Judy with the first pitch strike. Same 2 teams tomorrow night. We wrap up the series at 7 o'clock. We'll have tomorrow's game for you on Channel 3. It will be Justin Masterson against Philip Hughes, who's coming off the DL to make the start for New York. And then the Toronto Blue Jays roll into town beginning on Thursday night. There's the 1-1. Bang foul past first base. And Justin Masterson seated behind Mitch Talbot. Talbot slated to start game 2 in that 4-game series against Toronto. The Indians will have to make a move to get a starter for the first game of that series. That'll be Fausto Carmona's turn in the rotation, and of course he's on the DL. The 1-2 in the air, left field. Back goes Brantley, still going back, running out of real estate, hits off the wall above his head. And into second base with a leadoff double is Jorge Posada. And hit the built-in out-of-town scoreboard.
That ball had some carry to it, didn't it, for a breaking ball away? You hit that ball a long way, and, you know, as we say, I say a lot of times that it's tough for left-handers to drive the ball to left field. There's a breaking ball. He stayed on nicely. And look at it, sends Brantley back, and you got to keep going back because he wasn't sure if he could catch it, and that's what you hope. The center fielder gets over. Boy, they got the mics in the padding, don't they?
Oh, hello.
Wow, oh, yeah. What was that? Third double of the night for the Yankees. They've got a couple of home runs, 3 doubles. That's their 13th hit.
Brett Gardner, 2 for 2 with a walk. He has singled twice and stolen a base. Gardner 0 for 3 last night. But he drew a walk in that second inning. And that led to a 5-run outburst for New York. Takes a strike, 2-1. We talked about it when we were in New York. His approach at the plate became very patient when he was in college, because his college coach impressed upon him the fact that you need to learn the strike zone. You need to focus on what pitches you can handle, what pitches you cannot handle. So that has led to him being a very patient hitter who sees a lot of pitches. And a lineup filled with hitters who see a lot of pitches.
You know what? This guy led the whole lineup in pitches seen last year. Mm-hmm. And you're thinking, okay, it's got to be somebody else, doesn't it? It's got to be one of those other hitters, Swisher, Cano, or somebody else, but not this guy. But you're right, he's a pain. And here's the guy you have to throw strikes to. You don't want him to get on because he can run, he can steal a base. But he makes you work to get him out. He's a pain in the neck.
The 2-2. Weekly tap to short. Orlando Cabrera can tag out Posada.
When you're 39, when you're 39, all right, I'm not getting any rundown. You got me. That's right. Oh, boy, that's it. He knew he ventured off too far.
It just looked like he got turned around like, oh, where did I go?
That's it. You have a brain cramp. You're not going to get there, okay? So you just sort of stay put. You're in scoring position. He said, that's all right. I made a mistake. We'll go in. It's 6-zip.
First out of the inning brings up Francisco Cervelli. Banged foul third base side. The 0-1 knocked him back off the plate.
Well, man, you got to jump some rope here. That one almost got him in the knee.
Josh Judy with 1 on and 1 out. Misses outside. Indians came in having won 4 of their last 5 and 5 out of their last 7. Definitely playing better baseball after that disastrous weekend in San Francisco. Game and a half in front of Detroit in the AL Central. But taking it on the chin so far here tonight. And a strike called to even the count at 2-2. And the 2-2. Carlos Carrasco came into this start having allowed 4 earned runs in his last 36 2/3 innings. But that second inning cost him and the Indians.
Yeah, unfortunately, they were all earned as well. It was a non-turned double play that let that inning continue, and they put 5 on the board. We got the ground ball to this guy. With the bases loaded and 1 out, they just couldn't turn the double play. The inning continued. 5 runs later, Carrasco was upset.
Yeah, Jeter had a big 2-run double, Granderson a 2-run homer, and the Yankees were off and running. 3-2 pitch, runner goes, swung on and missed, throw to second, and he's safe. Looked like Bill Welke was going to punch him out and then changed his mind. It was close. 2 down. We'll take another look.
Well, there he goes, and on the full count, he's going to take it. No, it was looked like he did get the hand in there. There's the throw. It's right there. That's close. Boy, I don't know. Now that I look at it again, look at Marson. I was looking to where Phelps took the throw, and he had the bag straddled. It was about letter high, the throw. I thought it was a good throw. It was awfully close.
Goes as a second steal for Gardner, but you're right, that second angle looked like he had him. And now Derek Jeter, 2 for 4. Down low.
Take another look. This is from behind the play where Phelps gets the throw. Here comes the hand. He's out. Hand is not at the base yet. I think he was out of there now that I see it from that angle.
Jeter fouls it over the top of the dugout into the crowd. Two down, a runner at second, and Derek Jeter down on the count 1-2. And it's called a ball, just a bit outside, I guess.
Well, he's been calling that pitch out there, but this guy's up at the plate and is probably given one more chance. Good pitch.
Back in the third inning, Carrasco made that pitch, came back, made almost an identical pitch to it, and got the call the second time. And go out there again, and this time Jeter fouls it back. Sure, Jeter remembered that previous at bat too. They might give it to you one time, but maybe not twice if he can prove that he can make that pitch 2 times in a row. And the 2-2. Fouled away again. And the 2-2 pitch. Jeter with a bouncer towards short. The old room service hop for Orlando Cabrera. And that'll take us to the 7th inning stretch. Time for the Cleveland Clinic 7th inning stretch. Indians fans, let's get up and move it.
Locations in Northeast Ohio. Visit Panini'sGrill.com for location near you. And coming into the bottom half of the 7th inning, Indians trailing 6-0. It's been all Yankees tonight. 6 runs, 13 hits, no errors. They have left 10 on base. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Indians. They have left 5 on base. And it's been CC Sabathia with 8 punch-outs tonight. He has been dealing and dominating the left-handed hitters.
Grady Sizemore drives one to right center field. It's in the gap. That'll get down. And it's cut off nicely by Swisher. His throw to second base is not in time. Grady Sizemore with a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
First extra base hit for the Indians. And he got a fastball down enough for Grady where Grady ended up hitting it. He liked it. That's his zone. Liked it middle in. It was down enough, found the gap. Swisher got over there in pretty good time. Makes a strong throw, but not in time to get Grady.
Austin Kearns, 1 for 2, singled to lead off the 5th inning. Indians down a half dozen. They're looking for some kind of spark to get the offense rolling here tonight. CC Sabathia about to make his 85th pitch of the evening. It was revealed after the game last night that Mariano Rivera was unavailable. He had a sore triceps, and a strike called on Kearns as the first base umpire Marty Foster said he went too far. And it's 0-2.
No, there's the side view.
No.
I don't think so.
No. Bat barely left his shoulder. But the Rivera situation could be interesting should the Indians claw their way back in this thing tonight. The 0-2 swung on and missed. Rivera said afterwards it was no big deal. Girardi didn't seem to think it was a problem either, not having Rivera available last night. They didn't commit to saying he'd be right back in there tonight if needed, but be interesting to see. That's 9 strikeouts for Sabathia, and 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th as Cord Phelps comes to the plate.
Third time this year he has recorded 9 punch-outs. Did it once against Baltimore, once against the Rockies 2 starts ago. Then he had the 13 strikeout game against Milwaukee. And now he's back at 9, and he may not be done yet as Chad Durbin gets loose up in the Indians bullpen.
The pitch to Phelps. Man, it's low, 2-0. Sizemore at second with 1 down. And the 2-0 to Phelps is ball 3. Remember, he walked Cord Phelps back in the 5th inning. And then he just got nasty and struck out the next 3 hitters with all fastballs.
Yeah, he got mad, didn't he, after they got 2 guys on. The first 2 guys, the first time tonight that they were able to get their leadoff man aboard. They did it in this inning. And they promptly went out and struck out Kearns.
He walked him again. So 2 on with 1 out. And Lou Marson coming to the plate. He struck out his last time up. The Gathering Place supports, educates, and empowers individuals and families who've been touched by cancer. For every Indians home run, Rick and I are each donating $5 to the Gathering Place. Great Clips donates $50. Our total raise so far this year over $4,600. For more information, visit touchedbycancer.org. Great needs, great deeds, Great Clips. Marson has singled and struck out tonight. .90 pitches for CC Sabathia. Activity in the Yankee bullpen. Pop back out of play. Minnesota leading Tampa Bay 3-1 there in the 5th inning. At Target Field, where the Twins are trying to make it 3 straight wins. White Sox Royals tied at 3 in the 4th. Tigers are out in Anaheim later. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You said it. What a game that's going to be out in Anaheim. You got Verlander against Herron.
Yeah. Be a good matchup, no question. Angels began the night tied with Texas for the top spot out west. Marson with a drive fouled on the right side out of play. Angels and Rangers with identical 45 and 41 records coming into play here tonight in Seattle. A game under 500 was just 2.5 back. Baltimore leads Texas at the moment 2-0 during the 5th. The 1-2 to Lou. Down low and the count evens up. With 2 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning, the 2-2 to Marson, and he strikes out. That's 10 Ks for CC. It's unbelievable, Rick. Every time the Indians have had base runners, he has gone strikeout crazy.
Well, he hasn't given in, and he's been able to get a couple of these guys on check swings where they weren't sure what's coming, and they just didn't swing the bat. There's the check. And he definitely went around. But, yeah, he's had the strikeout pitch working, double digits in back-to-back starts now for strikeouts.
He struck out 3 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, and he has struck out 2 here in the 7th. Michael Brantley has already whiffed twice tonight. Indians try to break through and get on the board. It's outside, ball 1. He did not go. CC Sabathia dealt to Milwaukee in exchange for Michael Brantley. In addition to Matt Laporta, who's on the DL, but getting closer to making his return.
Well, those lefties have had a tough time with his breaking ball tonight, haven't they? A lot of swings and misses. I mean, they haven't even fouled them off.
Remember, we watched CC for a long time. He had a tough time with left-handed hitters.
Well, sometimes he could not throw that breaking ball for a strike. Tonight he's throwing it for a strike when he wants to. And then he's got the put-away slider that he's been nasty with. And then they get him singing at that the slider, and then he just throws a fastball right by you. Left-handers, 11 swings and misses tonight.
2 on, 2 out. Brantley down on the count, 1-2. And he lays off a ball in the dirt to even the count. This will be the 100th pitch of the night for CC Sabathia. As Michael Brantley awaits the 2-2 pitch with 2 aboard and 2 down. And he's out looking. 11 Ks for CC Sabathia. He has struck out 3 Indians in 3 different innings tonight. We're back here at Progressive Field where the Yankees lead at 6-0. And as we go to the 8th inning, Indians will go back to their bullpen. And Chad Durbin, the right-hander, will come on to work the 8th inning. Josh Judy worked a scoreless 7th.
Yeah, when you get a starter, and Manny hasn't had to do this often, has he? You know, your starter goes early, and you got to, get your guys work out of that bullpen. It hasn't happened often.
Well, as we've said before, we talked about it on the pregame show. It was yesterday or the day before. This team, look, they're not going to be an offensive juggernaut. They're not going to suddenly wake up and start scoring 6-7 runs a game. If they're going to win this thing, if they're going to stay in the hunt and pursue a playoff spot, they're going to do it with pitching and defense. That's been their calling card, a great bullpen. And for the most part, very good starting pitching. They've had some injuries they've had to deal with. They've had their moments in the rotation, but, all in all, they've been pretty good.
Well, I think any time you see a team, and it happens to every one of them, your starter gets out of there early, you could be in for a long night. This
Curtis
guy
Granderson
continues.
with a base hit, his 3rd hit of the night, to go along with the 2 home runs. And we'll look at our box score, brought to you by Northern Ohio Hyundai Dealers, introducing the Hyundai Assurance Trade-In Value Guarantee. Derek Jeter, couple of hits, closing in on the 3,000 mark in his career, 4 shy. Curtis Granderson, the 2 homers, now has 25 on the year. A 5-run second for New York. That's been the game. They only have 1 run outside of that big 2nd inning. And that was a solo homer hit by Granderson in the 4th. So again, it just goes to show you just how big not getting out of that inning when they had the chance was. One and 2. Two-two pitch. Teixeira, did he chase? He did, says third base umpire Mike Estabrook.
He knew it. He just wanted confirmation before he walked back, but I think he realized he did swing.
Let's shoot it back to the studio one more time. Here's Al Pulaski with another update for us.
Hey, Matt, you were talking about Jose Bautista earlier. Well, in the 9th inning here against Boston, he launches this 2-run homer. That's his league-leading 28th of the season to make it a 3-2 game. Blue Jays still batting in the 9th. There are 2 outs with the runner on, and they're down by a run. Back to you, Matt.
All right, thanks, Al.
Now, you mentioned home runs. His name's got to pop up in there, doesn't it? Just a matter of time.
Durbin with a 1-0 pitch. Straighten him up. Inside 2-0.
And for me, that guy, he's doing it without a lot of protection in that lineup. Where you could actually, that's why he leads the league in walks. I believe he has, 70 walks. That's a guy, that could hurt you and hit the home run. You might as well just pitch around him. Yeah, coming into the night, he had 70 walks. That's 7 better than Miguel Cabrera. And he still has 28 home runs.
A-Rod cuts and misses. It's 2-2.
Then they will be in here for a 4-game series on the weekend. The Blue Jays, they will follow the Yankees in here and take it into All-Star break. Starting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And we only have a 3-day break this year because we open up with a 4-game series in Baltimore.
Base hit in the left field, and the Yankees threatening here in the 8th with 2 on and 1 out. A-Rod's 2nd hit tonight.
You know, it was that low cutter, but he just gets enough of it and finds the hole. You want him to hit it on the ground. You're looking for a double play ball, but it finds the hole. So A-Rod now with 2 hits tonight. The Yankees with 15. They got their hitting shoes on tonight.
Robinson Cano 1 for 4 with a double stands in here. And a fastball strike. Fouled back by Cano. Quickly, the count is 0-2. Chad Durbin, 2-strike pitch, bounced it in front of the plate. You know, with Toronto coming in here, I was thinking back, that's one of the few times this year where the Indians lost the first game of a series and still came back to win it. They got
in Toronto?
Yeah, they got beat up 11-1 in the opener of that series, then came back and won 6-3 and then 13-9 to take 2 out of 3.
Then they,
in fact, it's the only time they've lost the series opener and still won the series.
They play well up in north of the border.
Driven to deep center. Sizemore sprinting back to home plate. It's over his head. Hits the very base of the wall. And the Yankees will get a run home here as Granderson scores. Rodriguez stops at third on the RBI double by Robinson Cano, his second 2-bagger of the night. And that makes it 7-0 New York. Well, sometimes it just looks like he leans on the ball.
Well, I mean, he just, look at that, out over the plate. Look at how nice and easy he hit that ball, and that ball jumped off the bat. See how effortless, great balance, hands coming through, a lot of hands, and it just jumps off his bat over the head straight away. That only went 400 feet on a line.
He looked like he thought he hit it out initially. And a base hit into right field brings home Rodriguez. Stopping at third is Cano. So the Yankees plate 2 more here in the 8th. And they lead it 8-0. That's going to bring up Jorge Posada, who has 2 hits on the night. Eight runs on 17 hits for New York. Two 2-0 the count on Posada. You know, it's interesting. Chad Durbin has been a Jekyll and Hyde type pitcher this year. When he's come into a situation where there are runners on base, it's like he comes in and he gets nasty and he gets after it and he does not give in. When he comes into clean innings sometimes, particularly in games that are either lopsided or one way or the other.
For me, this is not a good matchup for Chad Durbin, the New York Yankees. And I'm going to tell you why, because Chad doesn't throw at 92, 94. He's more of an 88 to 90 guy, and that's right up the speed of those bats for the Yankees.
Cano will tag and score here to make it 9-0.
You know,
the very definition of what you're calling slider speed bats, so they kind of match up perfectly.
More so, yeah, they do. And that cutter that he throws at about 88 or so, that's right into their wheelhouse, their speed zone.
Well, the Yankees have tacked on 3 here in the 8th inning. to make it 9-0. And now Brett Gardner coming to the plate is 2 for 3 tonight with 2 singles, a walk, and 2 stolen bases. One the count to Brett Gardner. Out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. With 2 down here in the 8th inning. Got him looking, and that'll end the inning. New York tacks on 3, and we go to the last of the 8th. Tribe down 9-0. Nine to nothing in favor of New York, bottom of the 8th inning. And CC Sabathia's night is over. Lance Pendleton will come on now to work for the Yankees in the 11th time he's appeared in a game this year. And over at third base, Ramiro Pena has come on for Alex Rodriguez. For the Indians, we'll see Lonnie Chisenhall, Travis Hafner, and Carlos Santana here in the 8th.
Well, it certainly has been all Yankees tonight.
Well, before the Indians come to bat here, let's go back to the studios. Al Palazzi is going to tell us how that Red Sox-Blue Jays game ended.
Well, Matt, it was an exciting finish at Fenway. 2 on, 2 out for Boston with John Papelbon on the mound. Then John McDonald for Toronto. It's a base hit to left field. Darnell McDonald comes up throwing. Out at the plate is Edwin Encarnacion. That's the final out of the game. Red Sox hold on to win 3-2. Back to you, Matt.
All right, thanks, Al. So Johnny Mack gets the base hit, but the runner gets gunned at the plate to end it. And the Red Sox hold on for a 1-run victory. Lonnie Chisenhall looks at a fastball, letter high for ball 1. Chisenhall drives one deep right field. It's over the head of Swisher, and he reached his back and couldn't come up with it. And Lonnie Chisenhall into second base with a leadoff double. That ball was scorched.
You know, I didn't see it. I thought it stuck in his glove because when he turned around, I didn't see the ball go over and bounce off the wall.
I just don't think he could get his glove up
No,
quick enough.
He couldn't. He's lucky he didn't get hit in the back of the head with it. I mean, you're right. That ball was hit hard. There it goes over his head. And that's a tough ball as hard as it was hit. You make one turn and he just wasn't in line for it, and that ball ricochets off the wall. Chisenhall in with a double. So 3 out of the last 4 innings, they've had their leadoff man aboard. Excuse me, 2 of the last 2. Yeah, 3 out of 4.
Travis Hafner 0 for 3 tonight. And it's down low for ball 1. Up high, 2 balls, no strikes. Hafner shoots it back. Travis hit the ball hard his first time up. Back in the first inning, he sent a ball to deep center that Granderson made a nice over-the-shoulder catch on to end that first inning. And he struck out in the 4th when CeCe looked like he dialed it up a couple of notches against him. And he bounced out to first base in the 6th. Broke his bat. Pendleton fumbles with it and flips to first, 1 away. That's pretty much the definition of getting sawed off right there, huh?
Yes, sir. I mean, the barrel came right out towards the pitcher himself, Pendleton. The ball was right at him. The barrel had a little to his left. Yeah, that's getting deep in the kitchen right there.
And with 1 out, Carlos Santana steps in, 1 for 3 tonight. Fastball outside for ball 1. Up and in, knocked him back. 2 balls, no strikes. Swung on and missed, 2-1. Chisenhall doubled to start the inning. He's at second with 1 out. Pendleton eyes him up, the 2-1 to Santana. Is hit high in the air to left, over near the line. Gardner racing over. 2 down. And Orlando Cabrera coming up. Kansas City leads Chicago 5-3. They're in the 6th inning in the Windy City. Tigers in Anaheim will be underway in about 5 minutes. Minnesota leads Tampa 3-1. They're in the 7th inning at Target Field. The 0-1 to OC. Inside, he missed. 12 pitches for Pendleton, 6 balls, 6 strikes. And the 1-1 swung on and missed. I'm not sure if something happened to the catcher. Apparently,
got a
it did.
foul tip on the finger.
Is that on his glove hand, though?
Yeah, sure is. When you watch the follow through, it's a long swing, and we watch this a number of times that you don't see it unless we show the replay. Watch the follow through right on his finger, man. Right, the one that's sticking out. Watch again. There it is. He's holding it, and boom! That's just that long backswing. You let go of the bat, and you hit the catcher. Man, that hurts. He just needs some time to get some feeling in there. Where were we? We witnessed it where one gets it in the helmet. One got it in the middle of the back in the last road trip.
Well, Lou Marson. Remember, they got the interference call.
That's right.
All right, it looks like he's all right. At least he's going to try to give it a go. 2 down, a runner at second, and the 1-2 pitch to Cabrera. Checked the swing and fouled it off, stays alive. Right-hander Joe Smith up in the Tribe bullpen under the watchful eye of Scott Radinsky. He'll be coming on to pitch the 9th. Two and two. Hit in the air to center. Granderson circles under it. And the leadoff double does no damage. The Indians blanked through 8. And Joe Smith coming on to work for the Tribe. 0.95 ERA for Joe Smith in his 31st game of the year.
Yeah, Joe having some kind of year this year, getting more aggressive with his pitches. Well, I mean, with the strike zone. Instead of trying to nibble and paint the outside corners, he's being much more aggressive, throwing strikes, letting his natural movement. I guess you could call it trusting your stuff, as you hear so many times. You go figure, Savelli just got hit on the finger. He's going to be the leadoff hitter.
Ground ball to second. Big hop for Phelps. One down. Stay tuned after the game for the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show on STO. Conrad's, home of the lowest everyday tire price guaranteed. We'll have the highlights, what highlights there are to this point, and we'll get you set up for the series finale, which comes your way tomorrow night in the rubber match right here at Progressive Field. We'll have it for you at 7 o'clock on Channel 3. Derek Jeter, 2 hits tonight in his first 2 trips to the plate. And he takes a strike. No Yankee has ever amassed 3,000 hits as a Yankee. There have been some guys who played for the Yankees who did get 3,000 hits, but never while wearing the Yankee uniform. Wade Boggs comes to mind.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately, remember, he got his 3,000 hit against us on a home run in Tampa.
Right. Off Chris Haney.
The 0-2. Chop to third. Big bounce there. Lonnie Chisenhall throws him out, 2 down. And that'll bring up Curtis Granderson. Granderson looks at a first pitch strike. Outside. Granderson with a 2-run homer in the second inning, then a solo shot in the fourth gives him 25 home runs on the year. He and Mark Teixeira trailing Jose Bautista of Toronto. Foul tip, full count. And Joe Smith, payoff pitch, back out of play. Baltimore beating Texas tonight 2-1. They're in the 7th inning down in the Lone Star State. Not sure who's on the hill there for Baltimore, but that's a pretty good job to hold that offense to 1 run in their home park. Mitch Adkins, I'm told, is the pitcher for Baltimore tonight. Granderson with a liner to short, and that's caught by Cabrera to end the inning. The Yankees go 1-2-3, and we go to the bottom of the ninth. And we go to the bottom of the ninth. It'll be Grady Sizemore, Austin Kearns, and Cord Phelps to face Lance Pendleton, who worked a scoreless 8th inning. Bouncing ball single for Grady Sizemore, his second hit tonight. And a leadoff hit for the second straight inning for the Indians.
Well, he reaches out an off-speed pitch and just pulls it in the hole between first and second. So that's hit number 7 for the Tribe. They're trying to get on the board so they don't get shut out for the 10th time this year. They have been shut out 9 times. That's tied with Oakland. The Angels of Los Angeles have been shut out 10 times. That's the most. The Indians, if they were shut out tonight, will go into a tie with them.
Two balls, no strikes for Austin Kearns. Just a little bit outside, 3-0. Almost hit him there, ball 4. So the first 2 Indians aboard here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And he's on ball 1 to Cord Phelps. Joe Girardi doing a little pacing, rubbing his head in the dugout over there on the Yankee side. And the 1-0 pitch is up high, 2-0. And he's thinking to himself, I mean, it's 9-0. I don't want to have to get the bullpen up now. I'm going to send the pitching coach.
I'm thinking that happened
there.
one day in New York when he had to come out and bring in Rivera. Because their bullpen, couldn't hold anything, and it was in one of those games.
It was the first game of the series, wasn't it?
It was like, for New York, embarrassing. He went out there, the bullpen couldn't hold it.
Let's see. It was the 11-7 game, the first game of the series.
And, they were just, it was a blowout. And the next thing you know, he had Rivera up. He had 2 or 3 bullpen guys in. They couldn't get it done. And he says, heck with it. Give me Rivera. But, I mean, when you look at the teams, these 2 teams have the best bullpens in the league. As far as the ERA goes, they were rated 1 and 2. Yankees number 1, the Indians bullpen number 2.
It's outside. And it's 3-1. He walked him, and how do you like that? The bases are loaded with nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And the Yankees are going to have to get their bullpen up in a 9-0 game.
Well, that's got to drive the pitching coach. It's absolutely crazy.
Left-hander Boone Logan is up, and that's ball one outside to Lou Marson. It's amazing sometimes. You just wonder what happens to a pitcher when all of a sudden they just lose it like this. I mean, he worked the 8th inning.
Yeah.
It's not like he's coming in cold and having trouble getting loose.
Seems like the harder you try, the worse it gets as far as throwing strikes. Start aiming it.
Up and in, almost hit him.
You start making little adjustments. It's just not free and easy anymore. You are all over the place. You can send anybody out there to talk to him you want. But he's the one that has to decide.
Now the 2-0 from Pendleton. Finds the strike zone there. And the 2-1 pitch. Marson with a high drive to center. Granderson back. He'll make the catch, and the Indians will avoid the shutout. Scoring on the play is Sizemore. Austin Kearns tagged at second and moved to third. It's 9-1. Lou Marson picks up his 8th RBI on the year. That'll bring up Michael Brantley. 0 for 8 in the series. He had a rough night against CC Sabathia, who struck him out 3 times. Takes a strike. The 0-1. In for a strike. 0-2 the count. Tigers did not score. Angels batting in the bottom of the first out in Anaheim. The 0-2. Brantley smokes it foul just past Sandy Alomar at first base. The old matador pose there.
Well, yeah. Get out of the way. Oh boy, Santos. He's over there holding the players' gloves and whatever else they wear on their body when they hit.
Pendleton ready with the 0-2. Up high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pendleton has now thrown 35 pitches. Just 17 of those have been strikes, though. With runners at first and third and 1 out, the 1-2 to Brantley is down low to even the count. And on the 2-2 pitch, Brantley fouls it away. Boy, Philadelphia tattooed the Florida Marlins tonight 14-2. The Phillies now 55-32 on the year. Best record in baseball. Pendleton. The 2-2. And again, it's fouled right back. Many in the crowd of 30,100 tonight have headed for the exits long ago. And the 2-2.
He just keeps battling, isn't he? Getting the fastball out over the plate, fouling him off. You know, this is what I think Michael Brantley could use, an at-bat. where you sit up there, you see about 10 pitches, you foul off pitch after pitch just to get your eye back, because he's been struggling a little bit at home plate.
The 2-2. Line to center. And it's right at Granderson for out number 2. He'll get an RBI, though, as Kearns comes home. It doesn't result in a hit, Rick, but he hit the ball hard and saw a lot of pitches, so you do hope that that's the kind of AB that will get him turned around. And with 2 in and 2 down, a runner at first, Lonnie Chisenhall will come to the plate. Chisenhall pops it back out of play. Breaking ball, he lays off. It's a ball and 2 strikes. And a 1-2 pitch. Struck him out looking to end the game. So the Indians avoid the shutout, but they fall 9-2 to even the series at a game apiece. With the win, New York is now 51-32. The loss drops the Indians to 45-39. CC Sabathia gets the win. He's now 12-4. The loser is Carlos Carrasco. He drops to 8-5. Time now for our play of the game, brought to you by Key Bank. Thanks for making Key Bank the #1 bank in Northeastern Ohio.
Well, you go back to that inning, Matt, in the second inning, bases loaded and 1 out. Out of the inning for Carrasco. If they turn it, they cannot turn it. And they end up going on to score 5 runs, and then it ended up being an all-Yankee affair. But I think that was the big play in the ball game that opened up the floodgates. They continued to hit their way through it. So that's going to be our Key Bank key play of the game.
Well, as the saying goes, Mom always said there'd be days like this. And hopefully the Indians can put this one to bed and bounce back and take the series tomorrow. We're back with the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show next.